Hello everybody. I want to tell you a story that happened to me, and I hope you will not make such mistakes. About myself, 183 centimeters, 19 years old, thin, without acne. I rate myself at 7/10, with them at 0-10. Now this is exactly the stage. About her, 8-10, sociable, easily opens up to men and maintains a dialogue with them. I am her 5th. Let's start the story about my first mistakes. Past the exams and a new stage begins. Moving to the city, we ride off in the conversation of freshmen about the party. Immediately, because of fear and discomfort, we go to the club. One meeting, me, Sophie, Eva, and another guy. After going through a lot of my thoughts, I take Sophie to sit in the club, on my lap, and kiss her, but I can't afford it anymore. The next day I called her several times to meet, but she pushes me away. I decide to forget. After some time, Katya, this guy, Sophie again go for a walk. I have a gloomy mood. Compared to the club, we talk about some different topics. I walk with Sophie by the hand, but it doesn't go any further. Time passes. We go to the club, where Sophie finally makes me understand that nothing will work out with her, and the main character of the story enters the game, Eva. This girl who broke me as a man, because I loosened my balls and became a little boy, but about everything in order. We go with them to a club where we meet my friends. Eva liked the other guy at first. I could tell by her behavior, but then in a moment she switched to me, or my predatory instinct took her away from him. We held hands once. I picked her up when she almost fell, and after that she started to keep me close to her all the time, taking a break in the club and not sucking her there. I was able to do it before leaving the subway. From that time, we began to meet informally. It should be noted that on September 1st I impressed everyone with my charisma. I really tried. On September 1st, I communicate with everyone without exception. I draw everyone into a conversation very easily and without forcing. I immediately singled out 2 girls, Anna and Alan. They entered my soul. As for Eva, I did not take her seriously. Well done, spend the night and no more, but something went wrong. If she was standing in a general circle, I pulled her out and kissed her so that the other girls would not find out about it. For about the whole of September I communicate closely with Anya and Alana. I didn't care about them. I only enticed them and went hand in hand with them in Eva's presence. Sex with her at that time was in the toilet of the hookah bar. Later, Anna hit me lightly on the bottom and I slapped her in return. Due to my indecisiveness, as they say, the act of a beta mammal, I didn't take any moments to just text her and ask her out. Same with another girl in my company right now. I just kind of rush through social like some downs do. After some time, Anna began to move away and treat me coldly. Then I behaved in the same way. Let's take this stage from October to November. I openly kiss Eva, perceive her as my girlfriend, and gradually fall in love, step by step at 1%. I forbid her to walk openly. A month or 2 before the divorce, I make her wear a hijab and she gets angry. My requests, walk more openly, but I don't care. My woman, as a girl of easy behavior, will not walk, so don't fight, subscribers. It is worth remembering the moment with her ex. September is the month. We are going to the hookah bar at the beginning. On this date it was difficult for me to talk and she was constantly on the phone, but we kissed great. I touched her wherever I wanted and thought it necessary. Some guy writes to her. She said that he is her friend. Writes, I dreamed that I slept with you in Paris, and instead of taking her phone and turning it off, I start to get angry. I didn't pay attention to it right away. Sex in the club. I wanted to drag her to my dorm, but it didn't work out. Let's move on to October, November. I'm in contact with everyone, but not as close as before. I'm more attached to Eva, and then she decides to find a job. She's smart. It affects me. I'm looking for it too. I completed an internship at a hotel, but I wasn't hired. She settles as a model. I don't like it, but instead of saying, "It's not up to me, I want you to quit such a job," I start to get angry. She started drinking. I quarreled about alcohol, said don't drink, and I started drinking myself. We had a fight one day and we were together again, about what she immediately wrote to her ex. We continue to meet. I'm jealous of her, but I don't openly say about it. What is unacceptable in a relationship with me? And what is acceptable? I behave like a patient boy, but her significance for me was not so high. My ego did not suffer. I forbade her to go to clubs, to dress openly, but I did not forbid her to communicate with other boys. Let's move on to the first significant moment. December 5th, we were at the hotel with her. I will not write about all the details. I will immediately go to the point. I take her laptop and go to social networks. I see that she is still communicating with her ex. In October, she threw her photos at him. I start to get angry and supposedly finish relationship. Tears on her part. I don't care, but as soon as I lose her, it finally becomes the other way around. 3 days pass and we are in a relationship again. I am supposedly an alpha, telling her no communication with other men, only with my group mates. She fully agrees, puts everyone on the blacklist, and we have a happy relationship again, for me, in a brotherly way. Anyway, we continue to make love. I continue to fall more in love with her. Since October, my face started to break down a lot, so my self-esteem gradually fell. I must say that at that time, without betrayal on her part, she did not communicate with any man, did not dress openly, but her friend began to have a bad influence on her, constantly inviting her to the club. "Why are you listening to him?" and everything like that. I think it is necessary to shout at her friend and forbid communication with her, despite the fact that the friend behaves like a girl of easy behavior. She had 0 boyfriends, information 100%. The final stage of the story, some guy from our city writes to her. I told her don't communicate. That's fine. I had access to her social network and there were messages from him. They communicated as friends. The chance of betrayal with him is -0.00000001%. I write to her, we need to take a break. You are violating my limits. The next day, she gives me a gift in the form of a cake. I don't take it. I am convinced that I left the relationship again, in order for her to return me. It turned out that I went to talk to this guy to clarify everything. There I pushed him. The first week, I didn't care at all, but after that my little balls started to be clamped. Thoughts about her, thoughts that someone else loves her. There were attempts on her part, crying notes about me, but I, as a true alpha, decided to go all the way. I blocked her on all social networks. Then I thought that this is what downers do, and unblocked her. On my birthday she called and asked, have we finally broken up? I answered yes. There were several moments to start a dialogue from her side. I supported, but 2 to 3 messages and that's it. Currently, I still get ballses sometimes. I am not satisfied with this face with pimples. I struggle with this. I make approaches to other girls, minimum 2 per day. Question for you, subscribers: how to develop a bad boy style in yourself. How to become confident in terms of communication. Remove filters from yourself. Which method is better, direct or indirect? I watched lectures in street dating. I approach, say hello beautiful, I want to meet you, and that's it. The girls stupidly ignore and move on. Thanks for watching and I look forward to your support.